that's what you're planning for is your future.
You're doing what they told us to do.
Right.
Exactly. They told us to go to school, get an education, and that was going to be our ticket to,
the American dream.
The American dream.
The American
That's
dream.
what I'm scared of doing. I'm going to school right now, and I'm just like, what if I'm doing it for nothing?
Right.
So I'm not going
Like
to
all
school.
this money.
I really can't afford to go to school. One's going to school and working and trying to get that American dream, and the other one is just working, trying to get the American dream.
Yeah.
Even if I could afford to go to school, if I get a loan, and I pay that back, and I might get a degree that I can't do anything with.
Exactly. Especially when you get the degree and there's no job there. And then you've got those that come in off the street, oh, well, I have lifetime experience.
I thought that just kind of an activity where we all kind of discuss those sorts of issues and what's important to us would be helpful, just in terms of, cohesiveness as a group and figuring out, what things we want to do, and eventually, hopefully, we'll not just be meeting, but maybe actually taking some sort of action and trying to make some sort of real change.
Give the taxpayers money back, no double standards, equal playing field, get corpse out of government, return it to the people.
Laws based on the needs and wants of the public instead of corporate interests.
This says it's so hard to pick just one. The state constitutional rights of the people, by the people, for the people, not who has the most money. It says money equals question mark.
The 1% owns the media, the politicians, the process, and the dialogue. They've subverted our Constitution and our Bill of Rights.
We're supposed to be able to express our wants and needs through voting or from speaking to our elected officials, and we do that. But what does it do? I mean, what if I go talk to my congressman? What is that? What is my voice compared to $1,000 campaign contribution, or his relationship with a particular reporter that gets him on television so he gets more votes?
I don't know. I think that if there's one thing that I really think is positive happening with the Occupy movement in general right now, it's that you're getting people to at least acknowledge that, hey, like, we all feel the same frustration with the lack of social mobility that we see and the lack of public opinion being fed through government or public policy in any way. And the fact that there's other people who share your opinion is just, I don't know, it's invigorating. If you're saying something and nobody else is saying it, you're going to get tired pretty quickly. But if only one other person agrees with you, it's really, empowering. Which you're like, oh, well, I'm not just crazy saying all those things. I'm feeling this way about the current situation. It's pretty true. But what are we going to do about it? And so, I mean, I don't know. Re-gearing up the idea of like individual civic empowerment, and not only that, but pushing people to participate in the venues that they can, like city and local government. I mean, if you do that across a large ground area, you're creating definitive change because you're actually replacing the smaller players in this big system you're trying to influence.
What do you think?
I'm held out Washington.
My 99% story is that enough people get together and make a stand together that we can make a difference instead of everyone being so indecisive as what is Occupy, what is the 99%. You are the 99%. If you have a complaint, you don't like the way things are, make a stand, speak your mind.
I'm tired of corporate greed and the big banks getting bowed out when all the lower class people, we're getting nothing. It's class warfare. Everyone is a 99%. We need to fight against the 1% to get what we deserve. We need equality for all people of different means. And we need to tell the government and big banks and big corporations what we want and deserve. We need that to happen, and that's why I'm occupying Anderson.
I guess one of my biggest issues would be, especially down here in the South, the cost of living surpasses what we are paid. Minimum wage is $7.25. You factor in a moderately decent house, it's going to run you at least $400 a month. Then you have your power bill on top of that, insurance payment. You want to have any kind of a phone to use, whether it be your house phone or your cell phone. You just have all these bills that you have to pay, and what we're paid doesn't amount up to that. The Republicans say that we're just looking for a handout, that we don't want to work hard, that we don't deserve anything extra, when it's not that at all. We just want to be given an equal chance to have a lifestyle such as theirs. They're so lucky to have what they have and to be paid what they're paid. We have people struggling to make barely $600 a month. Most jobs you can't get full-time. You get part-time, which is no more than 30 hours a week. And it's not easy. And people have problems with it. I think they should stand up.
My name's Holly, and I'm from Anderson. It's my daughter Caroline, and I guess my story, my 99% story, is basic needs for people aren't being met, while greedy corporations are making bank, and especially after the bailouts, they continued to make bank, and they continued to give bonuses to their CEOs, and I just think that that's wrong. I just think it's absolutely immoral, and I know it's hard because it's political and it's also ethical, and things like that. But yeah, I just want to create a better future for her and for everyone. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this.
This is the one time that our generation is pegged for being the laziest generation and the generation that doesn't do anything.
Something.
Yes, exactly. And that's where I'm so proud of our country right now. And yeah, I mean, it's refreshing because, maybe we will go down in history for once as, a generation who stood up against something, a generation who didn't just let things continue the way they are.